Yo, what is up, guys? It's your boy MKJ, back with another banger reaction for you guys. Today, we got dumbest things NBA players have said. Before you get into the video, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, tell your friends about my videos. Make sure to turn on post notifications. Let's have a lit quarantine. Let's get straight into the video.
NBA players are great at what they do on the court, but some of their basketball takes sound more ridiculous than Skip Bayless.
We're gonna leave it.
I watched it with these two lazy repaired eyes.
With Kevin Durant usually flying under the radar, it's surprising to see that he
Clown.
had some choice words for Kawhi. During the 2014 NBA Finals, with the San Antonio Spurs taking on the Miami Heat, Kawhi Leonard on the Spurs at the time was dominating the finals. Even though Kawhi struggled during the first two games, he was unstoppable in Game 3, 4, and 5,
locking up
averaging
LeBron
23
too.
points per game while shooting 68% from the field. With the San Antonio Spurs taking down the Heat in just 5 games, people started to talk about just how good Kawhi Leonard was. After the 22-year-old dominated the NBA Finals and ended up winning the Finals MVP. But Kevin Durant,
He was going
arguably
crazy.
one of the greatest players of all time,
Go
had some
dumb,
things
go
to say
dumb.
about Kawhi, saying that he's not that good and that his friend Paul George is better. Durant said that
Dang.
Kawhi is a system player on Twitter after the NBA Finals. He said the only reason he's so good is because he plays for Greg Popovich. Then he asked the question,
Dang.
what if Paul George was on the Spurs? Paul George
He
played
really
for the
said
Pacers at
that.
the time behind head coach Frank Vogel, which Kevin Durant says that Paul George is restricted behind his often non-existent offense. After people started to
Dang.
react to the tweet, Durant tried to clear up the confusion.
He
with the
really said
Facebook
that,
post.
though?
He said, "This is the last time I'm going to talk about this. I did not hate on Kawhi Leonard. Quite honestly, if you knew me or been around me, you'd see how excited I was for such a young, humble guy. But the world loves conflict, I see. I really gave major
I don't know,
props to
Kevin
Coach Pop
Durant.
and the whole staff for putting those guys in great positions to be successful. I realize you can't say anything about a champion, so if I hurt anybody's feelings, I apologize. I really don't, but you get my drift." But in 2016, Durant took his comments back when he said that he's
No,
grown as a
those
player, he said that he's
championships
not a
don't
system
count.
player. During an
Trash.
interview, Durant explained playing against Kawhi when he said, "I know you guys like
Had
to
to
throw
hop
that
out the
term around,
bandwagon.
but he's grown so much
He
as
has
a
0
player.
rings to
Have
me.
be locked in every play. He can shoot the mid-range, he can post up, he can hit the 3, he can dribble. He's just grown so much. Defensively,
Facts.
probably one of the best guys in the league. It's fun when you get that matchup at
He's
the
probably
small
the
forward.
best in the
There's
league
so many
right
good
now.
guys, but he's one of the guys in that top tier.
Him,
Someone
Paul
asked Durant if he
George,
regretted
all of
saying
them.
that Kawhi was a system player. Durant answered,
Giannis,
"I'm not taking
Anthony
it back. I said the
Davis,
system is the
Rudy
reason why he's out
Gobert.
there. Pop put him in great positions to be the player he is. No, I don't regret it at all.
That's
That
true.
was 3 years ago.
I can
He hasn't
agree with
grown, that's
that.
on him. But he's grown as a player. But yeah, I'll take it back." With Paul Pierce going on air at the TNT cast and saying some crazy things, he recently made a huge accusation that many people thought was ridiculous. Everyone spent the entire 2018-2019 season celebrating the career of the Miami Heat legend point guard Dwayne Wade. So he's getting ready to
Hey,
retire.
shout out Dwayne
He averaged
Wade.
22 points,
He's the
5
bucket.
assists, and 4 rebounds per game for his career. But Paul Pierce still thinks he was and is better than Dwayne Wade.
Don't link
Even
at
though he
me,
hasn't
bro.
played
That
since he played
sucks.
with the Los Angeles Clippers in 2016-2017, where he finished his career averaging 19 points, 3 assists, and 5 rebounds. And he now works for ESPN as an analyst. But someone
Not
asked
better
Paul
than
Pierce who would
D-Wade,
go down
but-
as the better player, him or Dwayne Wade. He didn't think about it at all on NBA Countdown. He said,
That's easy. I can say that off the bat. That's me.
Paul Pierce's
Bro,
biggest argument
come
about
on.
the topic
That's
was the
cap.
difference in teammates
That's
that he
major
had,
cap.
saying that if he had Wade's teammates, he would have been more successful. With Dwayne Wade being a part of one of the greatest duos in basketball history, between him and Hall of Fame center Shaquille O'Neal, and then playing with arguably the greatest player in
it wasn't
NBA
that
history,
great.
LeBron James. With Dwayne Wade having 3
Shaq was
championships,
injured
one with
when they
Shaq
won
and
the
2 with
2006
LeBron, Paul
finals.
Pierce has one
He
during his time with the Big
carried
Three,
the Miami
consisting of
Heat.
him and teammates
He averaged
Kevin
like
Garnett and
35
Ray Allen. Paul
that
Pierce wanted to say that if
series.
he had Shaquille O'Neal or LeBron James in
He
his
was going
prime,
dumb.
he would be sitting on 5
That's
or
the year
6
I was born,
championships
too,
easy. Dwayne Wade was a
2006.
13-time All-Star. He's averaged 22 points per game since 2003. During Paul Pierce's 19-season career, he was a 10-time All-Star and only averaged 19 points per game. After Paul received a lot of hate for the comparison between himself and Dwayne Wade's career, he defended
I'm sorry,
himself by
Paul
saying
Pierce, you're
that he
just
played
not
in the air before
up there
social
with
media
him.
that a lot of the generation hasn't seen or they're not familiar with his work. With Kyrie Irving usually keeping his comments to himself, he recently said some interesting things, with some being conspiracy theories. Kyrie Irving is amongst all the people who believe in a conspiracy.
Kyrie Irving's
such
a
as
very
the Earth being
interesting
flat.
basketball
Him being a public
player.
figure and a popular
He always
player
has
in the
different, like,
NBA, it's a big debate
conspiracies
for a
and
while.
stuff.
The whole thing started when Kyrie asked his teammates Richard Jefferson and Channing Frye if they thought the Earth was flat. They both laughed and said yes, not knowing what they were about to get into. Kyrie went on for many minutes on why he thinks the Earth is flat. Kyrie said, "All these things that particular groups, and I won't pinpoint one group, they all must offer up this education. The fact that in our lifetime there's so many holes.
I don't know,
and so
what you
many
guys think?
pockets
Is
in
the
our
Earth
history,
flat
the Earth
or
flat
round? I think it's
do
round.
research on
I don't
it. They
know.
lie to us. Now, Kyrie won't comment on who he's talking about when he refers to they, but Kyrie did get into another level of his thought on the theory when he said, "What I've been taught is that the Earth is round. But if you really think about it from a landscape of the way we travel, the way we move, and the fact that
I don't
when
know.
you really think
Kyrie
of us
Irving's
rotating
low-key
around the
changing my
sun, all
mind.
the planets aligned, rotating at specific dates, being perpendicular with what's going on with those planets. More than a year later, Kyrie's at
Facts.
Forbes in the 30
Ooh.
Summit in Boston.
He's putting up
He
a good
apologized about spreading the
evidence
theory.
and
He said that he
claims,
didn't
too.
know his words would
So I
influence
don't
so
even
many
know.
people. Kyrie said that he wishes to apologize to science teachers across the world for making making their job even harder. They have to try even harder to convince their students that the Earth is
I
round.
mean, he was just
During
speaking
an
his
onstage
mind,
exchange
so
with the senior editor
I
of
wouldn't even
Forbes, Curry
apologize.
said, "If you believe in flat Earth theories, just don't come out and say that stuff. That's for intimate conversation." Steph and Curry
Yeah,
usually talking about
facts.
basketball with the community. Came
Look
as a
at Curry,
surprise when we started
man.
talking about
Inspirational-ish.
Steph made a big stir in the media. He said during
Just
a podcast
inspirational
that
even
he
just
doubts
see
the
him.
United States ever landed on the moon. While on the podcast Winging It, which is hosted by NBA players Vince Carter, Kent Bazemore, and Annie Finberg, Curry made his comment and started up a conversation that was huge. During the podcast, Curry, Carter, Bazemore, and Curry's teammate Andre Iguodala were talking about the sounds that dinosaurs made. While in the conversation, Curry switched up the subject quickly when he asked everyone if they believe that the United States has actually been to the moon. When he said, "Have you been to the moon?" When they all agreed the answer was
Don't
no,
get into that,
Curry
Curry.
responded with, "I gotta come and get
Don't
us."
want to get into
Sorry,
that.
I don't want to start conspiracies. In fact, from 1969
Yeah, don't start
to
that.
1972,
Good cap, Curry.
NASA landed on the moon 6 times, and they put 12 astronauts
Don't want to get
on the
into
lunar
that.
surface,
Don't want to
and
get into
they're getting
any
ready
of
to do
that,
so
bro.
again in the next few years.
Just stay
NASA's
low
even
key.
got as far as inviting Curry to the space station. During an interview, a spokesman at NASA said, "We'd love for Mr. Curry to tour the lunar lab at our Johnson Space Center in Houston. Perhaps the next time the Warriors are in town to play the Rockets. We have hundreds of pounds of moon rock stored there, and the Apollo mission control."
Dang.
During his visit, you could see firsthand what we did 50 years ago, as well as what we're doing to go back to the moon in the
Hey,
coming
talk
years.
your
But this
ish,
time to stay.
NASA.
Curry later went
Talk
on to
your
apologize
ish.
about all the trouble his comments
Yeah,
caused.
Curry, you
He
better
went on Instagram
apologize.
Live with former
I didn't even
NASA
know they were
astronaut
thinking about
Scott
going to
Kelly,
the moon
spent a
again
total of 524
in a couple
days
years, so
space. Curry said his comment was supposed to be a joke.
Hey,
Everyone
Curry.
blew it out of proportion. During the conversation with
Facts.
Scott, Curry said, "I
We
didn't
all know
want in
Curry
any
was just
way, shape, or
joking.
form to demean the
They just blew it out of
significant accomplishments that you and people that you
proportion.
work with on a daily basis were able to make a reality. I'm obviously genuinely sorry for how that came across." Curry was excited about going to space station and brought it up during the conversation with Scott. Curry said, "I'm definitely looking forward to go to Houston and seeing things up close and personal.
I wonder if
Obviously
he actually
educating
went.
myself. I hope you're able to be there. Hopefully the schedules align. Some more goodwill will come out.
Oh,
of it, some
he
more
probably
awareness,
didn't.
exactly of all the great work that's going on inside of NASA." With Looney Walker being another NBA player who talked about the
Lonnie
Earth, his
Walker,
comments weren't as
interesting.
ridiculous as others, but still very out there. Walker might play and be compared to Victor Oladipo, but he does interviews
Yeah.
like Kyrie Irving. During the Combine in Chicago, Walker
What?
dropped a conspiracy of his own that would even impress Kyrie, and that is that Walker thinks the Earth is an illusion. During an interview after the Combine, Walker said,
What?
"The Earth is not flat in my opinion, but the Earth on my conspiracy is definitely an illusion. That's my conspiracy." Later in that interview, Walker explained
What,
a little
bro?
bit about why he thinks the world is an
I
illusion.
don't know about
He said,
that.
"You talk about facts and things of that nature. It's amazing to me that we've discovered so much about this world, yet we don't know anything about this world. The Earth is not flat in my opinion, but scientists have reported as well that the world we live in could very well be a vast and complex hologram." Walker isn't the only one who believes this
hologram?
theory. One of the most well-known people on
Bro,
Earth,
I
Elon
don't know
Musk,
about
also
that.
thinks we live in a complex computer simulation.
Elon Musk
designed
thinks
by
the
people
same
much
thing?
more intelligent than us. While on Joe Rogan's podcast, Elon had a lot to say about the particular conspiracy. During the podcast, he said, "If you assume any rate of improvement at all, then games will be indistinguishable from reality, or civilization
What,
will end.
bro?
One of those two things will occur. Therefore,
We
we're
live
most
in a
likely
hologram?
simulation because we exist. I think most likely, I think this is just about probability. There are many, many simulations. You might as well call them reality, or you could call them the multiverse."
We're gonna end up the video there. I don't even know what to say. What you guys think? We live in a hologram? I don't know about that. But make sure to like, subscribe, tell your friends about my videos, and I'm out.